What's new, Cape Cod? Every morning we ask, and you answer. This is Stephanie in the Morning, where locals take the mic. Your neighbor, your favorite shop owner, maybe you. Business, community, culture, and whatever's on your mind over coffee. Let's start the day together. Powered by Lemonade-O.
Are definitely together over here at Rideaway. Thank you guys so much for having me over.
Thanks for being here. Yeah, thanks for
Oh my gosh. So snuggle up and tell me all about your new location, because you've been here now 2 years, 1 year?
3 years.
3?
Yeah, 3 years. So we bought it 3 years ago here at 68 Tupper Road in Merchant Square in Sandwich. So we bought it. We gutted it. We redid the whole thing. We tore down walls, built floors, built ceilings, did the whole refurb, and now it's our
little thing.
Yeah, our flagship bike rental surf shop. So yeah, this is our flagship space.
Talk to me about building this brand. I know you have been not only a Mashpee Chamber member, but also you've served on the board. You have had your hands in all kinds of wonderful community programming for so long. Building this brand, please, it's incredible, first off. And I'm in awe of how just beautiful it is. It's curated. It's very well done.
Yeah. So I think the building block of staying so true to our mission. So our mission is to connect people to nature and connect people to each other. And that's always what we've done.
Yeah.
So it's just, that's how we start. We started with kids camps, then we moved into tours, and then we moved into rentals. And every step we've taken has been so true to that mission.
Yeah.
So I think that's really, as far as building a brand, it built itself.
Yeah.
Just because it was such a natural lead. We never went and chased.
Was there a moment that you were like, we're closing this, we are never opening this again, I am done here?
Yes.
I think it's so important to say that, though, to entrepreneurs and people out there in business going,
100%.
looking at their spreadsheets and looking at QuickBooks going, we maybe have a few weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
If it's this time of year, it gets everybody.
Yeah. I mean, again, being in a place like the Cape where it's so seasonal, no matter what your business is.
Yeah.
It's a transition of a bunch of people to not a lot of people. And if you can't attract, those people when it's an off season, and we're an outdoor based company, so it's super hard for us. And I think a lot of people around here think oh, they're just a tourist company. It's all transient. When we're trying to link in always, like you're saying, that's why I was part of these boards, and I try to connect to the community as much as I can with the company, just for that reason. So people know we're here, we're invested. I was born and raised here. My parents were teachers in the school system.
Is that how you got Dave?
Yeah. we try to take as much from the school system as we possibly can.
Absolutely. It is an adventure. Outdoors is an adventure.
Yeah. Yeah. But as far as having those up and downs, especially in the beginning, I started this when I was 25.
Yeah.
So I could live.
That's so cool, though.
Yeah.
I look at my daughter who's re-careering, living at home, and thinking, where's her Rideaway?
Yeah.
Wait a minute, will she ride away?
Yeah,
I don't know.
So I honestly don't think the company would. I don't think we would have made it if I didn't start it when I was 25 years old.
Yeah.
Basically, at 25, I could make big mistakes. I could live with my parents. I could there wasn't a lot of financial hardship on me at that point. I could make big mistakes like any other company. Anybody that starts a company, we weren't profitable. It was just a passion project.
Right.
And it was something I loved. But a big driver for me, honestly, in the beginning, was people saying, "What are you gonna do? But what are you really gonna do?" Because I stopped working at Fidelity. I worked for Fidelity for 3 years, and then had my quarter life crisis.
I would never have tapped you for a finance bro.
I was not.
You left when they told him he was gonna have to wear a suit.
I was like, oh no.
Me riding my bike to work with a suit. I was like, I'm out of here. So once I left Fidelity and was like, what am I gonna do now? I went and traveled, and it was the first time I'd really traveled, and came back home and was like, what do I love to do? And being at the beach and being outside is everything that I love to do. So I was like, how do I pass this on? How do I create something? How do I give back to the community? And it was starting the kids camps, and it was just being outside and being an educator. I come from a family of educators, so that's how this whole thing got started.
Yeah, it's a beautiful tie-in.
Yeah, but it wasn't easy. I mean, it's never easy, and the hardships that come up. But like I was saying, those people that were like, well, okay, this is cute, but what do you, you know, it was like, that was like I'm never going to stop doing that. You know,
That's
I'm going to
3
make
months,
this work.
but what are you going to do for the rest of the year? Because Cape Cod is seasonal in a lot of spaces.
Right.
We're lucky that we've got such great shoulder seasons that we can kind of stretch that adventure a little bit longer. But I love the adventures that you're planning for locals. I think it's a really great idea because I know me, I'm busy in my life. My kids are busy. We're crazy. I don't have time to go and get the kayak I literally pay for a kayak that I own that sits at my dock on the pond that I live on. And I dust it off. It's actually just for guests. I was like, guys, you unlock the code. Here's the code. Yeah. If I had somebody to have an adventure waiting for me that I could just drive over and take it away and utilize all that and say, great, thanks, bye, and not have to pack it up, move it, bring it places, deal with it, I think I would be more apt to utilize said service.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you do that.
So the Rideaway Adventures membership is like, that's how we tie in with the local community.
Listen, locals.
Yeah,
Adventure Pass.
Yeah, so the Rideaway Adventure Pass basically gives you unlimited rentals at every one of our locations. So that's 3 on-water locations, direct access. We literally have it sitting on the shore, waiting for you, all set up, paddles, life jacket, the whole thing. So you never have to put stuff on top of your car. You never have to worry about it just sitting in your yard. It's there. You buy the pass. It's like, we compare it, it's like a ski pass.
Yeah.
A ski pass for summer fun. So you can go bike whenever you want to, kayak whenever you want to, paddleboard, unlimited. And then it gives you 40% off of tours and gives you access to all these like really fun, unique nature hikes we're going to do with the Trail and Tide program. And then along with that, we also have like kids programming that we've introduced. We've had it forever, but the kids programming, we're really trying to ramp up. We usually work with Sandwich Recreation, Mashpee Recreation, and partner with some really good community resources to offer these. But like Dave ran such a successful program over the winter.
No one's surprised.
That I would love for you to talk about. The
bike maintenance.
The bike maintenance mechanic, the kids mechanic course was such.
I like that.
Success. Yeah,
it was a great 6-week program through Sandwich Rec.
Yeah,
the relationship was already built in, and as a former teacher, one of the first things that I thought of doing was, when I was handed the torch for bike operations, was to have a bike maintenance class for kids. And I couldn't have asked for a better group of kids to kick off what we anticipate will be a regular feature.
I love that when the kid gets a flat or doesn't know what to do or has that panic moment and you're like, hold please, I can do this.
Yep, it was perfect.
How empowering is that for them though?
Right, and that was the beauty of watching. And by the fifth class, we actually had some VIPs come in. We had somebody from the media came in, did an article for us.
Love it.
In the Cape Cod Times, which is great. We had Mr. D came from Forestdale, and 2 of the PE teachers, Krista McDonald, Nikki DiNardo, came over because the Forestdale PTA gave them a grant, the PE department a grant for a balance and bikes unit.
Very cool.
So the teachers and Mr. D came over and were able to watch the Oak Ridge students putting these bikes together.
We're tying in real life experiences to education.
It was a beautiful moment.
Way to come around.
And even NEMBA.
And even NEMBA, our friends from NEMBA came. We had a few representatives from NEMBA, and they were absolutely enamored of what the kids were doing.
Yeah.
And it was really the first time I was able to step back and sort of zoom out and watch them go.
Yeah.
And there was nothing they wanted to do more. And the pride that I witnessed in that 5th session was worth it.
That's so incredible.
Yep.
It was so fun to watch. Like he's such a good teacher, and like these are the types of programs that, and like having somebody like Dave to actually implement them.
Well, it elevates whatever it is that you're doing when there's that component there that you can be like, look, there is a method, there's a purpose, there is greater good. You're teaching them skills that they will have forever.
Right.
And that's invaluable.
Yeah. And that's what we're trying to do with all of our kids' programs.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we're trying to do.
Well, and let's face it, it's always a struggle. Moms and dads, you get in your rut or you get in your zone and you don't look outside of the box for where to bring your kids. And we're lucky in Mashpee, we've got Boys and Girls Club and we've got the rec department, but those are already full.
Yeah.
And so, and then you're looking for supplemental time. Maybe you only want to do a couple weeks here, or you want to do something, and then you're going on vacation, and then you're always you're scrambling for activities for them. I feel like when my kids were little and I had 5 of them in succession, I spent 20 years going, where do I go?
Right.
What do I do with them? Which led me to build my events company, because I'm like, we need to do stuff.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, get out there and do it. And these are amazing skills for them to be having, and get outside and be adventurous on the Cape. This is what we pay to live so much for. We strive for all of this all of the time.
And that's a big part of what we're trying to do now beyond the shoulder season, is to make, more inroads with our locals, and to let them know that we are going to offer, from Tide and Trail, like Mike mentioned, bike maintenance class. I mean, as soon as we announced the bike maintenance class, we got a few emails and calls from adults saying, are you going to do this for adults?
Right?
Can we do like a daddy-daughter bike maintenance class? How about a mommy-son? But I mean, so it's going to grow. I mean, Mike and I talk about planting seeds all the time, and this is a beautiful seed to watch. I mean, blossom quickly. And, so our hope is that we'll do this at least 3 or 4 times a year for the kids through Sandwich Rack as an offering, a regular offering. And then add those, ancillary benefits of having an evening with, parents who can just a couple hours.
Yeah.
Because, while we are not a full service bike shop, as Bike Zone is, and C Sports and Quarter Cycle, like, I think that's ultimately, a potential goal for us down the road.
Right.
But we got to start somewhere.
Yeah, we're in our lane right now.
We're in our lane. That's right. Exactly right. We're staying in the lane. But, with my teaching background and then my passion for cycling, it just made perfect sense to do that.
Talk about building that culture with the Tide and Trail program.
Sure. So basically what we're trying to do is, again, just really appeal to people that live in this area for a year-round experience. So with the Tide and Trails, we're doing events pretty much weekly, and then we build that calendar as we go. So it's fun hikes, it's bushwhacking, it's going out into these trails that I guarantee people that have lived here for 45 years have no idea that exists.
I just said to my husband the other day, I was like, why? You've lived here forever. I've been here for 25 years, and we've never done Squirtin' Creek.
Right.
We've never.
Yeah.
So we didn't do it.
Yeah. And there's more than just the creek.
Oh, yeah.
It's that whole area. So we're going to introduce locals year round to these beautiful places. We have our staff. We have Jeremy Shea, who is like an amazing historian, naturalist. So he leads these, culture building local hikes and experiences. We have Allison Knops, same thing, like amazing staff. They're going to be part of this process to get people outside, get people that live around here just to explore their own backyard and get to know it. And it goes along with that same, like what we're talking about, to go back to the kids for a second, like, we offer that Be Wild programming during April vacation.
Yeah.
So we offer that. It's a 1-week kids experience during April vacation.
Are you full?
We're not full. We still have spaces
Time.
left. Yeah. So we still have spaces left. It's run through Sandwich Recreation. You can sign up on Sandwich Recreation. And it's the same thing. We just go outside. We teach the kids how to interact with their surroundings, and more or less teach them that they're not separated from it, that they're a part of the whole ecosystem that is around them.
Yeah.
And then we teach them fun, like survival skills. Like we build little it's hands-on. And that's what we do. And then that's what we do with our summer programming. Same thing, but summer programming, we have the elevated element of, we get to go outside on the water. And that's part of it. So we mix it all in together. So we do the same thing with our summer programs. We have those through Mashpee Rec, Sandwich Rec, and then we do our own private over at the Pompanesett Bay area. So tying the kids in, and then us now kind of evolving into trying to get the adults outside and experiencing and becoming,
well, that's where you continue to build that, because if mom and dad are doing it, then kids will do it too, and you're growing your clients, and growing your community, which is huge. And I feel like that's why I'm the bad penny that keeps showing up everywhere. I grew up with you. I was doing a trivia the other night, and somebody was like, I used to call you from a payphone on 96.3 The Rose because it was the only 800 number I knew. And I was like, well, I'm sure your parents were really thrilled about that. But it's growing that culture of people that want to be outdoorsy, that want to, look at their surroundings and have a fun adventure with all of that. I love it. If you're wondering where we are today, we've got a little Monday morning field trip. We're at Rideaway Adventures, as you can see below us. And Dave Milligan, thank you so much for organizing this appearance. And
my pleasure.
Dave, if you don't know, educator, also a psycho cold plunger.
I knew that was going to get worked at some point.
I am so in awe of it, but also I do understand. So maybe talk about cold plunge for a hot minute. I do, because I'm so fascinated, so fascinated by it, and I just can't bring myself to do it other than when it's warm outside.
It's a practice, and I mean, I started with cold showers well before the pandemic. Just being in the wellness space
for his health benefits.
For health benefits, right? It's not, as I literally said to somebody last night. It's not a thrill-seeking activity. It's rooted in wellness and central nervous system regulation. So, I started with cold showers, and that's a lot of the kind of the gateway for a lot of people. But honestly, I would much rather fully immerse myself in cold water than be under a cold shower, because part of your body's still warm, and it's a reminder, I could be warm, but I'm getting pelted with cold water. So I'd much rather just walk into the ocean, and I tend to go to the bay, either the boardwalk or First Beach, Town Neck. We were there last night.
Isn't that colder?
It absolutely. It takes a while, and any cold plunger will tell you the first 30 seconds are hard. It doesn't matter. It's cold. And you're cursing. Yesterday we were bitching and moaning. It was not a pretty sight walking into the water because it was low tide. We had to walk really far. It was crazy windy yesterday.
You're involved in this now too?
No, I'm working on it.
I've done it twice, and both times it was miserable. All right, maybe I'll do that again someday.
Someday.
Yeah, someday. I want to. I know the health benefits,
absolutely.
and he obviously having him be so into it. I'm gosh, I gotta do it.
But it is becoming more of a conversation. You're seeing mobile spas roll around. You're seeing mobile plunges. You're seeing a lot of this pop up, and this quest for wellness. This whole well-balanced sort of thing we're trying to do with ourselves.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, we're super aware of that viable space.
Yeah.
And the sauna cold plunge combination is remarkable. It's called the Nordic cycle. So you typically start with a sauna, 15 minutes in the sauna.
You're going to have one up front.
Take a minute to down regulate, and then you get in the cold water, and it's a vascular workout. It's so great for your system. It's, from lymphatic drainage to, we could go on and on and on. But
this is the one you like, the Nordic.
Right.
Well worth
it. It is. It's part of the Rideaway mission is connect you with nature, and how better to connect with nature.
I know.
Literally sit in it.
Yeah. That's
a little too natural for me, but I'm fine. I can wave my toe at it. We did some cold plunge stuff when we were with my family. We did the hot springs. My husband was on this hot springs kick, so we went to Portugal, Iceland, these crazy spaces.
Oh
So to talk about adventures, just so they could get the hot springs wherever there was somewhere a hot natural spring. He's like, we're going there. That's the next adventure. I'm you're such a weirdo, but also I'm in. Let's go. We're doing it.
Stick with the weirdos.
Stick with the weirdos.
It is though. People bucking the trends for sure. Who created your fabulous artwork back there? Thank you for the video.
This
Lemmy.
is my daughter Amalia. She's been hanging out at the shop with me once in a while, and I told her what we were doing this morning,
so
and I asked her for her expertity, and she was right on it.
She did a great job.
She did a great job on Lemmy.
I know, Dave, if you're in my kitchen right now, watch out. Got a little budding artist around the corner coming for you.
Yeah, she was turning wrenches yesterday with me. She was taking bikes apart. Yep. It's
I
a lot
love
of fun.
that. There's something so important about putting your hands in it, and I think that's what Rideaway Adventures does a really good job of, is getting out there and putting that. It's a level of control for our kids. And I love that you're doing kids programming that talks about that stuff. My husband was in the driveway this week making my son change the brakes on the Lemonadio mobile.
Love it.
And he was excited, genuinely excited.
I noticed he didn't drive that this morning.
Yeah, I didn't know. It didn't fit my bar stools in there. I was like, I am not jamming those things in there. Taking Dad's truck. But yeah, like changing his brake pads and like learning about how to, but when you do that, you have to learn how to change the tire. So it's the same thing as the bike program of learning what happens if you're on a trail and shoot, I got a flat. What do I do?
Yeah, and that's the great segue between and having the gentleman from NEMBA here during that bike class was for the kids to see, okay, so I know how to maintain the bike in the shop, and what we learned, this was our first foray into this bike maintenance class.
Yeah.
And so we learned little things that we want to do next, and one of those is to definitely incorporate a ride for the kids with our guides from NEMBA on the trails, and then simulator. Maybe it happens for real. A flat tire or the chain comes off, and what do you do? So it gives them a practical application. Yeah. And some of these kids are going to ride with the Sandwich Rec program with NEMBA after school. So it's just natural, just path that they're on now.
Yeah.
And it gives them agency, and it pulls them away from the reality in the box, right?
Yeah.
That they're so, they're immersed in. And I think putting them in nature, it gives them a sense of calm.
Yeah.
You hope it does.
No,
and
for
without
sure.
getting preachy, I mean, it's so important to be outside.
Mike, how exciting is it for you to have that, being a new dad, having little people in your life and being able to like incorporate your work-life balance with your family? Like that's really incredible.
Yeah, it is. And I love this company well before I had kids. It's been 18 years. The company, and like having kids has just shined a whole new light on it. Like the thought of them growing up with this as a big part of their life.
Yeah.
It like literally makes me emotional because having them, be able to experience the on-water stuff. But like some of our customers have been coming for 18 years. Like they walk in the door and like, sometimes I forget to charge them because I'm like, oh my God. They're like, we got to pay, Mike. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're right. Because they feel like they're part of our family. And to think of like, my little guys who are 10 months old and 4 years old, like them growing up on the water and getting to experience the love of this community that I was lucky enough to experience. And it's awesome. Like that is something that I obviously never like forecasted in my like 10-year business plan.
When it
was
organically happens.
And it's such a cool like concept to think of and think of them being part of just the community building growth of it. Is just
but also the legacy of Rideaway. Like they may just love this so much that they want to continue doing this. Like that's just really incredible to offer them that ability to see that you can pave your own way, and it's just very different from the way we grew up.
Right.
And so whenever I shifted, and pandemic happened, I lost my job, and I'm like, what am I going to do with all of this? And my husband's like, you have so many skills. Like, what do you want to do? And I'm like, I don't know anything. But it is that moment where you're like, okay, now I'm doing stuff, and I'm such a different parent now to my younger two that my olders are jealous. They're like, I wish you paid attention, were there, you were involved. And I was like, I was working for somebody else, and I was in a system of not my control. Right. You know what I mean? So when you put that control back into your own hands and you're able to forge your own way and do the stuff that you think are so important, and you can incorporate your family into your day-to-day and do the things that you need to do, or choose, no, I'm not going to do that. Right. I don't want to do that today. Right. And your family gets to see that. It's just really incredible. I'm excited for you.
Yeah, it is exciting. And the fact that they get to see like from owning a small business. Yeah. They get to see kind of the ugly side of it too. Yeah. And like I think that's really important. Like my youngest, Miles, when he started to be able to talk, he literally my phone would ring and he'd go, "Hey, this is Mike at Rideaway Adventures." I'd be like John, like, oh my God, we need a vacation. Like he sees they get to see, along with my wife, the like frustrations and like, the uneasiness of owning a small business. Yeah. But then the reward of this is why you do it. This is why you be a part of something like this. This is like part of the creation. And I think that's just as important. Yeah. That they'll get to see both sides of it. And like Dave, same thing. Like Molly was here.
Molly's here. Gavin, my youngest son of 3 sons, worked here last year. And for me as a dad, to have him outside, working, and then he worked down at the creek, and so every once in a while I'd be delivering kayaks in the truck, and I would hear him interacting with customers through the trees, and he didn't know I was there. And it was this great moment to see growth in him as a human.
Well, because
and
it's
that it's
confidence
happening
building
outside.
too.
It is huge confidence building, and that's we talked before we came on the air about the type of teenager this business attracts, and Gavin, I think, loved being able to see the potential. Should he stay with Rideaway for however long he wants to. I think he ultimately wants to drive the truck.
Yeah,
but he saw like, okay, well, I'm a Creek kid now, but I could be a manager at one of the shops. We're getting into, we're expanding the bike brand.
Yeah.
I could do that. Eventually I could, maybe drive the truck or do deliveries. So there's like this, not a hierarchy, but there are different tiers to what is available to our staff. And for him to see that at 15 last year, it was great. I was so excited. He can't wait to come back.
Is more important than ever to get our teenagers outside. Mental health is such a situation right now. AI, video games, they are tethered to cords and they don't want to leave them.
Yeah.
And this really is a space in which is needed.
Yeah. I mean, they were saying, I was reading something the other day, or somebody was telling me, even eyesight. They're like, kids are realizing that their eyesight is, because when you're outside, you're having to, there's a bird. My eyes adjust. You're not thinking about it. But when something's just right here, it's just one, and apparently, it's just crazy. Where they're supposed to be is outside. And that's where we want them to be.
Yeah.
Right.
And it always takes me back to an article Time wrote. It's got to be 15 years ago now, when I was a teacher in New Jersey, about the proliferation of the internet and the availability of information. And there was a particular part of the article that talked about the neurochemistry in the brain and brain plasticity, especially with kids who, if they know they can immediately go find an answer without any effort other than typing in a question, they're not going to make those neurological connections in the brain, and they're not going to, effort's going to go down. As a teacher, I saw the effort and the willingness to try and the fear of making a mistake would overwhelm kids. And so it wasn't, there's something in, especially as a math teacher, being persevering as a problem solver.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm still persevering.
But you can't persevere if you won't start.
Correct.
And that's what being out in nature, I think, one thing among many that it allows kids to do. If they don't have the device, that's a huge pressure, and they don't even realize it. It's a pressure.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone.
And they're out, and they can see full view. Hopefully, their eyes are good enough. Hopefully, you can see the bird.
It might take 2 adventures.
Right. Watch out for the trick.
Get a pass. You're gonna need it.
Get a guide. Right. Yeah. Sign up for a guide. Start with that. But no, I mean, obviously the point is we need more time outside. It reduces the pressure. It's good for mental health, the nervous system. And it's just, and if a family can do it together, even better.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I really am excited for what this shop means, not just for the availability of outdoor recreation, but beyond in the programming that you guys are working with. I think it's super incredible. Talk to me about your retail shop over here.
Yeah. Retail.
Great stuff.
Hey, retail.
Woo! Sometimes we have to do things that we're uncomfortable with.
I thought of this last night. Should we come up with a discount code right now on the spot?
I
know. If you're listening.
Yeah. Come shop.
Yeah. So retail. So this space is such a cool. If you're ever in the area of Merchant Square, 68 Tupper Road, it's a beautiful shop.
Yeah, it's really cool.
My whole love is being outside, and that's why we're joking. I love to be outside. I love to be interacting with people. So the retail portion, it's not my top favorite, but it's beautiful. The space is awesome. We have awesome gear, and we have awesome staff that do love the retail stuff. So they're here to always help you.
It's a good reminder too that you have it here. We live online, and everybody grabs that stuff. But it's nice to know, shoot, I forgot.
Totally, we have the bathing suits.
I forgot a towel. I need. Oh yes, you do need a helmet to ride a bike.
Got helmets. Sun bomb.
Save your brains, people.
It's all cool Rideaway gear. It's it's awesome stuff.
My flops fell off my paddleboard. I need new ones. Got them.
And this is just a space we want people to come in and just we have our books, we have our couch. We want people to come in and just chat it up. The nice thing about this space is, prior to having this space, we started off in an egg hut, literally in an egg. It was called Wingscorton Farm. And I walked up their driveway, knocked on the door and said, "Hey, I noticed you don't use your egg hut can I use it for a kayak shop? Thinking they were going to be like,
get off
our property. And they were so nice. They invited me in. We had tea, and they were like, yeah, we're in. I literally pulled out of that driveway like, well, what am I going to do now? I just signed up for an egg. So whatever. But we started there over at Wing Squirt and Farm, and then like moved up from there to another office space where we're still at 449 Route 6A, where we do our Great Marsh activities. But like none of those spaces were ever a place where we could invite people in to sit down and just like talk and like tell their stories. We get to tell ours. We always get to do it on our guided tours. And that's like the most intimate time we have is with those guests because they're small tours. But now to have a space where people can come in and just like talk and have a good time and just like, again, just kind of disconnect to reconnect is our
do morning shows.
Do morning shows.
We're here
we got
for
a morning show.
I really feel like I would like to do a once a month adventure this summer. We're just going to do a live show and whatever is like what you're seeing on the kayaks, like maybe because there's all kinds of wildlife and cool stuff and it changes every single month.
Right.
Like this morning I forgot, oh yeah, it's spring when my cat was being weird and I let him out front and all of a sudden I saw a bird like fly out of the top of where I have all my storage stuff and I was like, oh God. But I mean, oh yeah, this is the time of year I have to worry about flipping everything over because something will make it its home.
Right.
So yeah, the osprey are back on a lot of the creek locations. I saw the osprey at the Sandwich Boardwalk a few days ago.
Yeah, that's a big sign.
And I think down at the Mashpee Marina on Pompanesett River, they're back. Yeah, it's an exciting time. And I got more into the kayak guiding toward the end of the summer. I was kind of managing the kayak shop on 6A and doing some deliveries and learning, a little bit what I could about all the different parts of the business. But guiding the tours was really a cool experience. And I'm not, I don't know birds, other than what people tell me.
Right.
And I learned a lot from Jeremy. Mike mentioned Jeremy Shea, who's a teacher, Barnstable High School teacher.
Yeah, let's talk about some of the staff that you hear and kind of their expertise.
I learned so much from.
I love that.
Just a couple paddles on the creek.
Yeah.
And that's how we learn. So our whole staff of guides are all ACA certified. So it's the American Canoe Association. So they're all certified to have you out there, and that's very unique to our company.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any other fully certified staff on the Cape. But so when you go out, you're going to be safe. But with that, that they're going to be able to introduce you to the environment. And like Jeremy Shea, Allison, Mike B, Kyle Willoughby, like Will Shanahan, all these people that we've been lucky enough to have them go through the program.
Yeah.
And it's not an easy program. It's 3-day, 9-hour days of you're in the water, you're learning rescues, you're learning, how to interact, you're learning technique. So it's a big deal once you get that. It's a big deal to get that certification. And then we always keep our tours at minimum around 6 people. So one guide to 6 people, so you can actually ask them questions and converse. And, you get to tell your story. The guide gets to tell you their story. And it's such like you leave that 2-hour tour and you feel like you've traveled a lot.
Yeah.
Like, you go through those tours and you come off and like how often we see people getting off the water and like exchanging numbers and being like, how long are you on the Cape?
Yeah.
What's a good restaurant? Do you want to go? Like, it immediately connects people, which, like I said, is part of our mission.
It's so joyful.
Yeah,
like, it's my favorite part of my job. I'm just like, hey, I did something good today.
And like, you come back from one of those guided tours, and I've been doing it for 18 years. I've done 1,000 tours, and there's never been where I come back and I'm like, the slug of doing so. Like, I'm always like, do you want my number too? Can I come to the restaurant? Right. And they're out there, but still, you're outside.
Yeah,
and
right.
you can. And the nice thing about kayaking is you can kayak away a little bit. And you're like, all right, let's get back in it.
I don't know how he deals with her.
And sometimes, like, one of the funnier things is like sometimes we'll have a family, like it'll be like 2 parents and 3 kids. We get on the water. And we do like the whole spiel of like, here's the safety, here's how we're going to paddle, here's the forward paddle, here's the back paddle. We hit the water and those parents are like, pew!
Yeah, bye!
And you're like, oh,
I'm not a babysitter.
I see what's happening here. And you turn into a little bit of a babysitter, but it's awesome. You're on the water with 3 kids that are like, usually they're like amazed at what's going on around them. They're a little uncomfortable because like it's something they're not used to.
Right.
So honestly, they're so receptive to what you're saying. And like even those experiences, it's like, it's just cool. It's a cool job. It's a cool, it's a cool company. And what we do, we're so lucky to be able to do it.
Yeah. Thin plastic gliding machine on the ocean and they'll focus.
Yeah.
Where are we going?
Yeah. Yeah, right.
You hope they focus.
Yeah.
They
don't blow through
absolutely
the big
will.
red
They'll
X
freak
that we have on the wall.
Yeah.
Oh my God, there's always those kids.
Yeah,
There's
there
nothing
are.
you can do
The
about
rule
those
breakers, they
adventurous.
kind of fit in with the weirdos.
Exactly,
It's
right?
I kind of want to get angry with them. That's why with my little guy, he like does something I like, kind of proud of him, but I'm not supposed to. I'm
That's-
like, oh, I know, you can't be doing that, but like,
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Boys-
sweet, it's pushing the boundaries.
Boys break stuff, girls
Yes.
break your hearts.
Yeah.
This is how it works. Just so you're prepping yourself for what goes on with parenting.
That's good.
Learning it every day right now.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
We are here at Rideaway Adventure having a morning show on the road, which I love. It shakes up my week for sure. We're joined by Mike Morrison, the owner, and we're just talking about adventures, what we're planning this summer, beyond the bikes, beyond the kayaks, the trails, anything else that everybody should know about Rideaway.
So when it comes to like what we do on a daily basis, we do the rentals, the kayak, paddleboard, bike rentals. We do the tours daily at our different locations, Pompanesett Bay, Great Marsh. We rent bikes out of the Cape Cod Canal where we are right now, but we also have a location at Lawrence Pond, and that space gives us the ability to do so much more, like our footprint. So we're always mindful of what our environmental footprint
Thank you.
is. It's part of our mission. So at our other locations, we can only do so much and be responsible for those spaces. The Lawrence Pond gives us the ability to do like these big, fun, like super custom events. So that space, we can have huge groups, whether it's corporate groups, birthday parties, family reunions, anything. And we can do anything. So that space, we have what's called a free flow event.
Okay.
Where groups can just come and they can do paddleboarding, kayaking, kind of as they want.
Yep.
But then there's a beautiful like congregating space where they can have, their coolers, their pizzas. We can get food trucks, bands. So we've had like full on
So fun.
outdoor like
DJ, if
festival
you know
style.
anyone.
Yeah, good
I
DJ. So that space is like such a cool zone, and that's also the space that we really want to have be that culture build and that community build, where when somebody says like, oh, Rideaway's offering this cool, like they know that's
Love
where
it.
they're going for the hike. That we want that space to be our forever evolving, just like space where again, people can just come and congregate and and know there's going to be somebody that have like a fun conversation with or jump on the water with. So that space is a place that like we love, we're always investing in, and we want it to keep just growing and being a really cool zone to continue what we're doing.
Yeah. What is the best way for people to find out about your offerings or get support? Do you need summer help?
Always.
Yeah, right?
Always. Yeah. So
I know.
yeah. So rideawayadventures.com is definitely the best way to like introduce yourself to our company and see all the things that we offer, get an idea with like images and the photo. That'll give you a good sense of what we do on a surface level. And then you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook at Rideaway Adventures. But yeah, just call and talk to us, come visit us at this space at 68 Tupper Road. But yeah, as far as like staffing and building our team, we always need great people that want to be outside.
I know. I
wanna
can't
interact
even
with
believe
people.
it's April next week.
I know.
Oh my God.
Got
It's not feeling
our
like
first tour
it.
next week.
Yeah, we have our first
April
tour
4th.
on April 4th.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be beautiful on Wednesday, I
Yeah.
hear.
This like
I'm
whole
up, down,
this
down,
whole
up, down.
tease is like
Oh my God. I'm like, am I sick? Is it pollen? I don't know what's going on. Is somebody, I couldn't tell the other day. I was like, is that pollen already? Or if is that my neighbors, sawing up all the trees that fell during the storm. And that's like all the wood just flying in the air. I don't know.
but yeah, so like for staff, teachers, we're always looking for like, because again, it's such a good switch.
Yeah.
Because teachers, they're inside, they're working with the same kids, this is such like a change and a great supplemental income, obviously, but it gets them outside, it gets them dealing with like fun, different demographics than they're used to dealing with. So we love getting our teachers in for the summer. That's a big part. And then like the younger kids, like it's just building them up, it's like one of the questions I always ask, because one of the things we do is we interview every single person, obviously on the phone, and they come in. So they have to do that process.
Yeah, for sure.
They have to fill out a resume.
Yeah.
Which that's when we know, like we'll have kids, we'll say, thanks for filling out the application. Now you just send us a resume. We don't get one.
Right.
We're like, good.
Then that's
You weren't for us.
Yeah.
You know, we don't talk to any parents,
Yeah,
no
I
matter
love that.
what.
I love that.
So even if a parent reaches out, we just say, yep, they can apply at this link. We're not, you know, we need to just go directly to them.
Right. I don't need a micromanaged child.
Right. And then one of the main questions we ask those 15-year-old, 16-year-old, 17-year-old kids, mostly boys, girls just are advanced in their conversation. But like, we say, how do you feel about interacting with adults? And I got to say, even the kids that are like, you know, I'm getting better. I'm working on. I'm like, hell yeah, you're part of our team. Like that's not a deal breaker. That's something we're gonna work on, and that's something we're like excited to advance you.
It's huge.
Yeah,
it is. Like I'm on the board of the Boys and Girls Club. I'm also pushing our youth programming at the chamber. I'm so excited to let our next generation do stuff. Like just be, you know, have that. It builds their courage. It builds them into bigger, better adults faster. But also they can make mistakes. Right. And I'm here to be behind them and be like, you know, that didn't work and I knew it was going to work, but
that's
I wasn't going to interrupt.
That's the best way to learn. Right?
And it's like, look, this is what happened when you made a mistake. Yeah. Like nothing. You made a mistake. Nothing. We're all good. Are you a little embarrassed? Yeah. Guess what? That's daily.
Because we're dealing with that at a rapid rate of AI, and I have to have the perfect answer, the right, you know, the right prompts, the right this. Well, this is Mother Nature, and she doesn't care about it. So get out there, and today's going to be good, and tomorrow might not.
Yeah.
And they have to learn that.
No trauma action here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Just
what was that?
The looks. Is that what you're talking
about?
Looks maxing.
Yeah.
Just listen to the
None of that. No.
I can't even.
It's frightening stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Come on, kids. You can do better than that.
Go for a hike.
I don't even speak their language anymore. Don't mew at me. I don't know what you're doing.
Nothing looks better than a little scar from a hike.
Yeah.
Right. It's a little dirt and a Band-Aid will fix it. You're good. Dust it off, friends. Whatever it is that you're doing, do it outside. Our weather is going to be up and down and crazy, but that's the spring that we like here on Cape Cod. Once again, how do people get a hold of you?
Yep, so they can reach us on our website. So it's rideawayadventures.com. They can give us a call, 508-247-0827. They can get us on social media, send us a message. It's Rideaway.
Take an adventure.
Instagram, Facebook, and come and book your adventure. We're opening May 1st is when we open to the public. But if you have a special event, something like that, we'll be here. Cross it off your list now. Book your adventure. Come out with us. Get it on the calendar so it doesn't just become a thing you wanted to do.
Book it.
And that's what everybody.
That's the only way I get things done. I'm like, unless I book it, commit to it, put it in my calendar, which right now is a sea of red. Yeah. Don't ask me for things. I mean, I love you, but.
We have a lot of stuff that books really fast.
Yeah.
So our full moon tours book immediately once we put them out. We have a fire and water experience with the Glass Museum.
Very cool.
Where you get to go on a tour in the middle of the day, have a blast, and then you get to go to the Glass Museum and create your own piece.
Ooh, I love it.
You get to do a glass blowing experience and create your own glass piece that you get to take home. So it's like that is very history based, where we get on the water, we get outside, and then we go to the Glass Museum, and it's more hands on. And so we do some really cool experiences that you can find out on our website and stuff like that. You can join our distribution list, our email list, where we update people about like current events and what we're going to do.
Yeah, read newsletters, will you? So you can find out stuff.
I know.
Yeah.
Crying out loud, I put out like 4 a month.
We're hoping we might have some announcements at some point in the near future. We're working on stuff. There are irons in the fire.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're following all of them, and they are also a Mashpee Chamber member, and we really appreciate your membership. We're doing a lot of great stuff over at the Chamber. Be involved and check out our newsletters as well, because you can support other members. We have so many member collabs right now, and I love it. I'm like, good job, everybody, working together.
Well, he mentioned the fire and water. We'd love to do community partnerships like that. We have so many great. And
your rec department here in Sandwich is like top notch. My favorite event that I do is the community picnic.
Yeah.
And where like there's just suds and bubbles and kids and parades, and it's just my absolute favorite.
Yeah.
And every year I'm like, are they going to ask me back? And they do, and I love it.
Yeah. Heather and Trish are like,
they're amazing.
Guy. Like, we've been working with them forever.
Yeah.
Like literally, that's how we started our. So we've known those guys forever, and they're so.
That egg toss is legendary.
Yeah. Yeah, they know what they're doing.
For
They're good.
sure.
Yeah.
Get involved, whatever it is that you're doing. Lemonade, we got a full week of crazy programming. I think we're out 10 times. Our last time at Margaritaville with Andrea is this week. So make sure you check her out. I'll be over at Shipwrecked. We've got DJ Swings in Hyannis, Falmouth. We're all over the place. Daniel Webster in here in Sandwich. We're here on Wednesdays for Music Bingo. Timber Axe Bar in Falmouth. If you're looking for something to do, I don't want to hear about that you're bored. Find something. Yeah. We've got Easter eggs in all of our programming this week. So if you find them, whether it's in our visual trivia or our actual trivia and physical person, there are a little Easter egg happening hunts. I know, right? I didn't hide them in anywhere here at Rideaway. Or maybe did I? You'll have to see for yourself. So come out, have an adventure. Thank you for supporting us here at 1180, 1180.com. Like and subscribe to us on YouTube so that whenever we go live, whatever crazy adventure we're on, you'll get a little notification on your phone and be like, Stephanie is live. What the hell is she doing now? And it's just a fun way for us to keep up. You guys, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Please tell me, I will be back here.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll get you on the water. We'll do this whole thing
oh my gosh,
from the
can
water.
you imagine?
Yes,
I'll get you in the water.
I can very much imagine. And yes, he'll do that.
Lisa from the Cape Cod Children's Museum did a stand-up paddleboarding thing where we did a podcast and all you could hear was me hitting the water.
That's the best part.
Oh my God, it sucks so bad.
No, that's all good. That's why you do it.
I know. I need to work on my stabilizing yoga. I do have a blow-up set paddleboard, but all right, everybody, have a great day. Bye.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go shut us off over here. Thank you.
Awesome.
So many comments and I couldn't read any of them. I apologize. I'll talk to you tomorrow in the studio with Hank. Bye.